Perfect timing.
I know, perfect timing. I'm always perfect. Hey,
No, not you, me.
you know what's funny is I'm not gonna lie. I did glance over at TikTok before I called you to make sure you were off, and it looked like you were still streaming. But when I clicked on the thing, it said you had just signed off, and I'm like,
Right. Perfect
oh, like
timing.
a smart fella this guy is. I like that you probably were living in fear. I didn't watch the TikTok live. I just popped in to remind you 5:30, and I'm glad I did because you had totally forgotten. And we didn't want to ruin another podcast with me yelling at you for 8 minutes about being disrespectful and irresponsible.
Yeah, look, I forgot. I'll admit it. I forgot. Uh, I was really into the live there.
I could see you were shoveling wonton soup in your face like a fucking pig.
Well, and here's the thing, though. I put over the podcast because I said I have to podcast, and everybody's like, "How do I find it? Where do I find it?" So I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
So perfect timing.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was watching a TikTok live or some fetish feeding video where you know those ones where you pay and watch a fat girl eat 3 pizzas.
I should really make a page of that.
What?
Like
AJ?
OnlyFans.
Yeah. I mean, listen, how many people would it take paying like $10 a month for you to like eat live like
Right.
one meal a day on your OnlyFans, or not even one meal a day? Like, what's the minimum? Like twice a week? You think would be an obligation that would
Right.
satisfy them?
Like twice a week where I eat a meal with my shirt off or something. I don't know.
No, leave the shirt on.
Why
Or
not?
are you like, or are you being or are you embracing the sloppy thing too, where you're dripping food on in your chest hair and rubbing it around and grunting and going, oh, I'm disgusting, and then
Right.
eating another slice of pizza.
Pouring like wonton soup over my head. Yeah.
Oh, you're like you're sitting in one of those little inflatable tubs for kids. The pools for outside. It's like in the middle of your living room because you don't want to spill all of your Kung Pao sauce on the carpet.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
I'm seeing dollar signs already. Listen, I mean, if you could make more than listen, honestly, if you could make twice as much as you're making now doing a 9 to 5 legit job or a salary job, I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, you don't understand how many times I've stood in the aisle of Publix looking at the jars of peanut butter and thinking about starting up a page of spreading peanut butter between my toes.
I think this could work.
I mean, I'd even let the dog lick it if it would make me more money. I mean, I just got to be. You can't put the peanut butter higher than your ankle, or you're really you're treading in some deep waters there.
This may happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, worst comes to worst, you try and it doesn't work. But I feel like if you started like a Twitter, Instagram, and a TikTok that had like 1 minute clips of you doing it, and it linked to your OnlyFans, and your OnlyFans was the full video of you like just eating 2 large pies at once. And every time it's just random stuff. It's like, oh, today we got like 4 family-sized bags of chips, you know, and then the next day you're just drinking 6 2-liter colas. You know, it's just random fucking shit. You're eating like fucking one of those 5-gallon buckets of fucking ice cream with your hands.
Just with my hands, yeah. I don't know why, though. I picture all this with no shirt on.
I mean, now I am too, unfortunately, and it's making my eyes water.
Like, I don't feel like a shirt is, like, necessary for this entire skit.
Well, it depends. Like, I mean, it depends. Maybe it's a good cut. Like, maybe here's the gimmick. Here's the gimmick. You're wearing a white T-shirt, and by the end of it, you got food all over it, and then that's for sale, too.
Right.
See,
Buy the T-shirt.
See, I'm an idea guy. You got to understand. I'm the idea guy here.
You are the idea guy.
I will squeeze every dollar out of you eating yourself to death.
Or we should try to make our own like our own OnlyFans, but it's literally based around food.
Only
like
foods.
the whole
Only
right,
foods.
onlyfoods.com. Like the whole thing is based around, like you could do that, you could cook, You could eat. You could wipe it all over yourself. It's like literally a food fetish website where you can watch people's food fetishes.
I got news for you. I'm sure that already exists. I'm sure that's existed for 20 years.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure that's existed. Maybe not. Like, see, if you're gonna make an OnlyFans thing, like, I feel like you don't want to niche it down that bad. Like, you could just do that on OnlyFans, you know?
Right, right.
Yeah. So,
and OnlyFans changed their policy back to
there's at least common sense finally showed up. They're like, well, 95% of the people that bring revenue to us do pornography, but let's do away with them because we're trying to go public. And then they blamed like the credit card processors, like that they didn't want to process money.
Yeah.
And then one of the banks or credit cards spoke up and said, no, we never said that. And then the OnlyFans the next day are like, oh, well, I guess, the business, just someone somewhere in some meeting said, how can we go public if we're dealing in porn? And it's like, well, that's
it's kind of what got it. So what got you to the dance?
Right, I was gonna say that's the girl that brought you to the dance.
Right, like,
who are you gonna leave with?
There's nobody you don't have a problem with her. You got to stay with her, right?
Right. Otherwise, you're going home alone. And
this is one of those. Yeah, this is
and
one
watching
of those sweethearts you marry.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Stupid policy, but it's back.
So I'm glad they're not fucking with my internet porn. I was getting nervous.
I just want to eat food and rub it all over myself and make money and not have to work. I want to be able to go to work on a Monday morning and say, here's my 2-week notice. And they're like, what? Where are you going? I'm like, OnlyFans. Like, I'm going to rub food on my chest and my hairy chest. And I'm making millions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Can you imagine, like the beginning of the video? You're sitting there in your kiddie pool in your living room, and next to you, you have a toaster and a loaf of bread, and on the other side, you got just like 5 cans of beans, and you're just like the whole like it's a 3-hour session of you toasting a slice of bread, waiting patiently. It pops up. You open a can of beans. You pour half the can on it. You eat it. It's dripping all over yourself.
If we're gonna do this,
and then you go and you toast the next slice of bread. It's like a whole like procedure, and it's like you're putting on a show.
No, if we're doing this, I will be sitting in the pool that is filled with the beans already. I want to be immersed in the beans.
It's like, but
I want beans all over me.
The funny, the only thing that skeeves me about that is, and it shouldn't because who fucking cares? But it's like you're once you're in the beans, it's like it's like dirty bathwater to me.
Hey, look, whatever. I just want to be immersed in the beans with just pulling out pieces of toast and scooping them out of my like crotch area and putting them on the toast.
you get some on your chest. You don't even wipe off your hand. Right. You go grab another piece of bread.
Right. And the beans are just all over me. Like I'm just covered in beans, head to toe. I'm covered in beans in this little kiddie pool, and I got the bread, and and I'm making a fortune off this.
The best is you plan this where you have another camera facing like the entranceway, and when your kids come home from the school, they walk in on you like fucking up to your tits and beans and toast. And just catching their reaction to it.
Right.
And you're just sitting there cross-legged in the tub with the beans and toast and the dog licking your ear. And
yeah, the dog's licking the beans off me. Off my arm or something, like my face, my cheek.
And they're like, what the fuck? You're like, what do you think pays for all of this?
I'm just paying the mortgage.
What, you want some internet this week? Well, you better fucking...
Yeah.
You want hot water?
We need 2 more subscribers. And the best part about that is like I've got to imagine if you're on OnlyFans and you're doing like I see people I know that are on there like like comment like 2 years ago like I'd see them at a wrestling show I knew them from school or work.
Half of the girls that we've worked with in the wrestling business have an OnlyFans.
Right.
Maybe maybe 2/3, and I'd say 9/10 of them have a Patreon or some other kind of fucking site.
But even so, like I see people I work with or school, like I went to school with, and they have it. I think the coolest part is when you're that person and you see the subscriber and you look and it's like it's like your sixth grade teacher, you know, when you're like in sixth grade, just subscribe to you. Like that's got to be the fucking funniest thing.
Either
You
that
know?
or it weirds you out. I mean, as a guy, it's probably a whole different reaction than if it's a girl. Like if
I don't know, they're making money. What do they care?
I think, like I've been tempted to check out a couple people's OnlyFans just out of fucking morbid curiosity.
Me too, out of curiosity.
Just
right?
out of total curiosity.
But I don't want to be that guy.
I don't want them to ever see my name pop up because I just feel like immediately that changes the friendship. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right,
over.
now you're a mark.
Yeah,
You're a mark.
You're a mark. You're a perv. You're whatever.
Right.
Right. And like some of these wrestling girls we know, they listen. Again, I haven't signed up and looked, but I assume if they were doing nudie stuff, it would have leaked. So they're all claiming they don't do the naked stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever the line is, the line is. Trust me, the less bookings you get, the more naked you're probably going to get as time goes by. But, that's funny. Speaking of food, did you appreciate the photos I sent you earlier?
Well, you've sent me 2 photos today. I've got a photo of sushi.
Oh, not that one. Yeah.
And a photo of some dick potatoes.
They're sweet potatoes, but they were these. I saw them and I was like, I gotta buy these just for the fucking, just to send a pic, just to post a picture. They're really like big fucking sweet potatoes, and they have these giant like veins on them that look like I call them dick veins. They look like, like there's a joke like a Snickers bar has dick veins on it. You know what I mean? That it's that kind of a, and I assume they're like roots that are growing under the jacket of the potato, in the potato, right on the surface.
I don't know what it was.
They look like roots, but they also look like they look like giant dick veins. And so I sent you those, and I like, they sat on my counter all night, and every time I walked in the kitchen, I'd see them out of the corner of my eye, I'd go over and look at them again, and it just made me feel uncomfortable. Like, they're just giant. So I had to grab a soundbite from that movie Waiting, with the dick and ball playing game they were doing, and I put it over and made a TikTok.
I wouldn't eat it. It was weird.
Huh?
I wouldn't have eaten that.
What, the potatoes?
Yeah.
Why? It's just more potato. It's not like there's a vein in there and blood. What do you think it is?
What? Have you eaten it?
No, I've been too busy making art with it.
Jesus.
I think I'm going to take some nice pictures of it and paint them. I think the one looks kind of like a heart, is more of a fatter, squatter shape. It almost looks like a heart. With like the veins on it. So it might be a nice. I'm thinking of painting a picture of it, like a big painting, and then making prints and selling my perverted potato paintings. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, pretty. I don't know. You're disgusting.
I just saw them in the grocery store, and I was like, there's fun to be had with this. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to buy them. Because I was going to buy sweet potatoes anyways, so I picked the 2 veiniest ones in the bunch.
Fuck you are.
I can't help it. Look, I'm close to 50 years old, but I don't think in my head, I've aged a day past like 17. I really don't. I really don't. Yeah, it's all dick and fart jokes to me, like for life. So what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do, brother?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're 14 minutes in, and we've pretty much have taken this podcast into the bizarre realm of disgusting and perversion.
Right.
What else?
Hands and penis potatoes.
What else you got? You got any good stories here? What do you got for me today?
I feel like I did have something, but now we talked about penis potatoes and OnlyFans. I'm like thrown off my game.
You had a game.
I mean, yeah, I had something. I don't remember what now.
Have you heard from Billy lately about your match? Do we have a venue and a name of the event?
No, we don't have anything. But what we do have is, the guy's been quiet. I haven't seen him online. He's been really quiet. And I posted a picture of pizza, and all he wrote was November 7th. That's all he wrote. That's it.
He's just lurking and striking like a snake,
Yeah, uncalled for from him.
Well,
I
I
mean, the
mean,
guy who's chugging beers and eating cheeseburgers is telling me about pizza.
right, but he'll be happy to take his shirt off and stand next to you any day. All those burgers and beers haven't really softened the chisels on his frame too much.
No, no.
You need to you need to either become embrace the big man part of your wrestling and just become one of those circus attractions, and
Yeah.
you just beat him because you just outweigh him 2-1, or you got to
Right.
get into shape. You got to pick one. You're straddling the fence here. You don't know which way to go right now.
Well, I'm working out, but I don't want to stop eating. So kind of in between.
That's a problem. I mean, that's going to be a real problem for you.
I'm starting to look like one of those guys. Like, the arms and shoulders are looking nice, but the belly's sticking out so far that it can't be healthy.
Oh yeah, no, because you got to get your wind up, man. You're gonna have to run around that ring.
I don't know if I'll be doing much running.
Trust me, when Billy's reaching for you, you'll find this hidden speed within you that you didn't know you possessed.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be serious for a minute here. I'm going to be really serious for a minute here. I watch you on TikTok eating candy bars and fucking beans on toast and doing your little dances in the fucking bathroom mirrors and stuff. And every time I go, I can't picture this guy wrestling a fucking wrestling match. So I don't know what to tell you, but you need to figure something out here.
I got time. Tomorrow.
You can only say that for like 30 more days before you're gonna be in real panic mode here.
Right, I got
time. I got time. I've been working out, pal. I got time. We got 2 T-shirts here for when you. They're both gonna be. Here's your new merchandise. It's gonna be a chalk outline of your body, and underneath it, it's gonna say, "I've been working out, pal."
I've been working out, pal. Oh.
Yeah, caution tape that says, whatever your other thing was. I got 30 days.
Like that Blake had no idea there was a wrestling show.
Oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing. I think Billy posted something about it, and he commented on that post, and then he on our group chat, he's like, "Are you wrestling again, AJ?"
Yeah,
we've only been talking about it for like 2 weeks on the podcast.
You've been right.
Nice. Thanks for supporting us here, Blake.
Right.
Probably a good thing he doesn't listen since we shit on him on almost a continual on an episode by episode basis.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for when he comes over with his girlfriend for the AEW pay-per-view in a week or two.
Are we still happening?
Huh?
Is he coming still?
I mean, he invited himself, so I guess he's coming, or he and his girlfriend, depending, on their relationship status between now and then.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you film vertical, horizontal, whatever you film.
Well, if you film horizontal, it's probably better for more applications. But what do I know?
Well, yeah, I had stories, and then you sidetracked me. Now I want to open up an OnlyFans page.
Well, I mean, you can. I feel like a lot of people would. Here we go. I feel like a lot of people that are interested in you, shall we say, on social media, like to vocally say that they support all of your endeavors until it comes pay up or shut up time, and then all of a sudden everyone's got their hands in their pockets and they're not making eye contact anymore. So we'll see. I through thunderous applause, I thought we were going to sell fucking 50 hoodies, and we're still on our first batch. So we'll see about this OnlyFans. Although I guess it doesn't cost you anything to start up.
Right, it's free, right?
Yeah, just buy an inflatable pool for how much? How
right
much
here.
can those be?
I got a nice pink pool right here.
Oh yeah, you got one? Yeah, use that. I guess maybe have your Queen of England standee in the background somewhere.
I haven't even debuted her yet on the.
Really?
Thing. No.
Are you gonna make a big production of it?
I kind of have an idea.
Like you're in a new relationship kind of announcing thing. I
No,
want you
I
to
can't.
meet my new. I want you to meet my queen, and
I'm
then
like,
like as because all these idiots call each other king and queen now. When
yeah,
none of them are kings or queens. Let's be honest. I can't get a whiff of royalty from any of these idiots that call themselves kings or queens. But you go. I want you. It's official. I want you to meet my queen, and then you drag in the fucking cardboard stand
the
up.
card.
Uh, yeah,
Put a Breakfast Club shirt on her.
yeah. Well, she supports you in every way. That's why
I
you.
put a hoodie on her, but I don't have one.
Well, maybe I'll send you one this week.
So, side note here:
Yeah.
September 29th,
What's September 29th?
there's midget wrestling in Boca Raton.
What at Black Box?
Yes,
Yeah, they have midget wrestling there all the time.
I feel like you should go.
Andrew Dice Clay plays there a lot.
It's a midget Mario.
Yeah. You want me to go to what? Like take pictures for you?
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, you understand Boca's like in 2021, Boca's a long fucking drive for me. I'm not especially if I'm spending money. Like listen, Blake is driving from Boca here, but that's cuz he's being a cheap fuck and wants me to buy a pay-per-view for him. There's no other he's not coming over for my company. Definitely not to introduce me to his girlfriend. So me going to Boca, that's a big commitment. That's like, I gotta fucking wear pants. I gotta put shoes on.
well,
That's
pants is the key there. You got to put pants on.
yeah, and probably like like long pants, like nice pants.
Right.
Even though it's wrestling, I think that's a nice place. So I don't
Yeah.
know about that. Like, when I go to put the old feed bag on at the buffet, they don't care if I'm wearing pants, shorts,
No,
a
you
garbage
could probably
bag.
go in there with no pants. They'd still let you go.
Maybe as long as I have a mask, they don't care about.
Mask. Do you have to wear gloves too?
No, what they do is no, they don't. They don't even require a mask in there, but they have next to where you grab the plates. They have a box of really really cheap disposable gloves. They're
Right,
they're kind of like the flat plastic ones. They're not latex.
Golden Corral has those right now.
And you put I put one on the hand that's not holding the plate, that's doing all the grabbing of utensils and stuff, and my action hand, if you will, and
Yep.
I scoop with that hand, and then I kind of keep that because it's hard to get those open initially to get your hand in them. So once I've got that one open, I keep that one, and then I just throw it back on when I go back up there for plate number 2.
You got a little gimmick down to this.
Dude, I have a system all worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Corral has that. You got to put the gloves on.
I wouldn't know. Listen, as far as I've slid in my life, I'm still too good to eat a Golden Corral. Listen.
Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, pal.
I don't know. I mean, that's like bad news. That's like
that's like about to shit for the next 3 hours.
yeah, that's like a digestive Russian roulette, except that there's 5 rounds in the chambers instead of 1,
Right.
One out of 6 visits to Golden Corral, you don't shit yourself.
It's true.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the only other thing I had was I want to tell you, I'm back to getting stuff at the PO box, my friend.
Oh boy, here we go. I figured people were gonna start mailing you stuff. Have we moved on from coffee mugs to other items, or are we?
So somebody in the UK, Scotty is his name. He actually got it through Amazon, so it came from Amazon. It was Angel's Delight. It's like a cake mix, I guess, that they eat over there. And then
wait, you gotta make a cake?
Yeah, but then he sent me some biscuits as well.
Okay.
But it came from Amazon, so it's nice.
No, that's cool.
And then I got another one coming. I got alerted a couple that got some tracking numbers. So yeah, I'm back in the game. But like I told people, I said, look, and now look, I got a lot of coffee mugs. I don't need any more coffee mugs. And I've got a lot of food, but I said, look, if you want to send me shirts or little knickknacks from the UK, maybe a flag I could put on the wall in the garage, you know, stuff like that. Like that's the next step here.
Right. Well, I mean, I mean, food's fine as long as it's not like
Yeah, yeah.
perishable because
Right.
you might start getting backlogged on all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you want
Right.
like like don't send him a fucking
Right.
a ham, a frozen ham that he's got to eat in 2 days or it's
Right.
no good.
No good. No
Yeah.
good.
I don't know
Right.
why.
So
I don't know why I
back to
thought of a ham, but
but I gotta tell you though,
what?
I'm starting to, maybe it's like, I'm getting close to 150K. I think I'm at about 147 and a change today. I hit 2 million likes today
Hmm.
and total. And I'm starting to get where like I'm out and people are like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, I do not know that person ever. I've never
Are
met them
you
in my
sure,
life.
or is this another Andy Roddick?
No, no, no. Listen. Look, today it happened. For instance, I walk in the post office or the UPS store to get my box, and the lady turned around. She's literally staring at me, but walking, and her eyes are like, like when someone's walking, they're looking at you, and as they walk past you, their head's turning. And I turned back and looked, and she's like, "Hey." I was like, "Hey." I was like, "I don't even know you. Like, I know nobody in this town." And I keep walking. I turn back around. She's like out the door, looking back, like she's probably like, I've seen this guy somewhere before,
This isn't
right?
Kavorka. Maybe this is just the Kavorka.
It could be, but then Lex, my kids, Nick's quarantined, by the way. So he's
Wait, whoa, whoa. We didn't talk about that, so we'll
no, we'll
revisit
get to
that.
that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. But Lex, she came home from school yesterday and she goes, everybody in school's like, your dad's TikTok famous. I was like, huh, what do you know? She's like, that's just so ridiculous. I was like, well, I'm kind of a big deal. But she hates it that everybody knows who I am. Yeah, hates it. But I've been out and around like town lately, and like, today I'm at. Just two things happened today. One was at the UPS store. The second, I was at Smoothie King, and I ordered my smoothie, and I turn around and there's a guy behind me in line, and he's like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "What's up?" I'm in a town an hour from my house. I said, "What's up?" And he's like, "How you been?" I'm like, "Good. How are you?" He's like, "Good." I was like, "I have no idea who this guy is." So I go to the bathroom. I come back out. Now he's not saying anything to me, but he's sitting down and he's just staring at me. And I'm like, "Fucking this guy! I've never met this guy a day in my life." So I get my thing, and the lady's like, "Have a good day." I was like, "You too." He's like, "Hey, have a good day, man." Like he leaned out and said it, and I was like, "Hey." I was like, "I don't know who you are." Yeah.
It's gonna be funny if these were all people you've met before.
Oh no, no, I didn't meet any of these people.
I feel like you need some kind of confirmation though. They're just all not saying anything. Like at least you want to see someone looking at their phone and looking at you like that's definitely him, kind of thing.
I mean, look, sometimes when you see a celebrity in public, you don't want
Oh,
to,
no, just calm the fuck down.
you know.
You're being disgusting. No wonder your kids hate you.
Yeah. So Nick is in quarantine.
Yeah. What does that mean though?
Well, okay, I'll tell the whole story because I got into it with the principal a little bit. I'm going to be banned from the school eventually.
I mean, what does it mean that he's in quarantine? Are you literally
So
staying away from him in the house, or you,
fine. So
do you
so
make him
I
wipe down everything he touches as he leaves the room, like the
no
kitchen and stuff?
nothing. Here's what happened. He was with two girls last week
I like how
that
this story's going so far. Go
um, gets it from his father. What can I say?
on.
He he one of them got sick. She had a cold. She tested positive. So the other one went and got tested, even though she has no symptoms. She tested positive. Now that was like last week. Now the weekend goes through. Here we are to this week, and I get a call 2 days ago, and it's the principal, and he's like, "Hey, I hate to say this, but Nick was in contact with two girls who have COVID." And I said, "Oh yeah, yeah," but he hasn't seen them in like a week. And the guy's like, "Yeah, it doesn't matter." He's like, "He's gonna have to quarantine." I'm like, "But why?" He's like, "Well," I said, "He's not sick. He doesn't have, he's already had COVID. He's not sick." And he's like, "Yeah, just because he was near these two girls, he has to quarantine now, Like, he can't come to school till the 30th.
Can he just test for it?
So let me tell you, hold on. 30th. You can't come to school till the 30th. Okay. So he can do his schoolwork from home. Okay. I said, what are the other options? And he said, well, he can get vaccinated. And he said, is he vaccinated? I said, that's none of your damn business. So he didn't like that, obviously. And then he said, well, here's the rules. If he just stays home, he can't come back to school till the 30th. If he's vaccinated, he can come back to school the 27th. I'm like, what?
3 whole days.
Well, here's my thing. What scientist made the 3-day rule up? Like, has that been tested, or we're just winging it right now?
I don't know if it's a 3-day rule or just the way things fall on a calendar.
So, and then he's like, or he can get tested. If he gets a negative test, he still can't come back right away.
Because the 30th might be right before a weekend, which means really you're not coming back for 3 more days. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it could be a bigger stretch than you think, but it's probably not a 3-day difference in reality. But
if he can't come back till like the 28th. I'm like, wait. I was like, this doesn't even make sense to me. So I said, okay. I said, I have one more question. This is where it blew my mind. I said, so Nick has to quarantine because he was near 2 girls last week who have COVID. Yes. Does my daughter have to quarantine? He said, he goes, why would she have to quarantine? I said, well, because she lives in the room next door to him. And he said, no. Why? I don't get why she would have to. Was she in contact with the girls?
No, shit. Oh my God. You're like, you might as well shut up there before you fucked your daughter over.
No, because I got mad. And I said, sir, with all due respect, I know you're not making these rules. I said, but I'm confused. I'm really confused as to why my son was with these 2 girls one day last week. He has to quarantine for it's almost 3 weeks. But my daughter, who sees my son every day, from that point to today, can still go to school. He's like, yeah. And I said, I said to him, I said, he's new. He's a new principal. I said, I really feel like we've lost common sense here, like during this whole thing. Like, I go, me thinking is she should probably stay home too, because she's if you're making him stay home because you're afraid he has it, she sees him every day.
Not only sees him every day and sleeps in the room next to him, but walks. You know, you're touching the same everything, whether it's light switches and refrigerator handles and door handles and TV remotes and all that other shit. Like way more like incidental contact than he would have with 2 girls he's hanging out with, like socially.
Right. And I said, so I said, I don't understand. I said, it's okay. That's the rule. That's the rule. I said, we've lost common sense. We really have lost. And he didn't get it. And I'm like, okay. He's like, wait, does your daughter have symptoms? I'm like, no. I was like, no, neither of them have any symptoms. I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, this is just ridiculous. And yeah, I just left it at that. I was like, all right, you have a good day. Goodbye. Yeah. Like, to me, she should be home too then, if we're in reality, right? Like,
if there was some kind of if you said if there was some common sense to this, I think she is supposed to be. If he's quarantined, she should probably be quarantined from school. But I think he doesn't understand that. I think he's fucked up.
I think he's reading off a piece of paper.
No, I think he doesn't have the right answer for that. He doesn't know, and in his brain he's not putting it together.
Well, then I brought it up to the kids, and Lex said no. Her friend at school, the brother is quarantined. He's vaccinated, but he's quarantined because he came in contact with someone with COVID. So, which really blows my mind. The guy got the vaccine. He came in contact with someone. Because he was near them, he has to stay home. What was the point of getting the vaccine?
Well, the point of the vaccine is always to keep
make it the kid's like 15 years old,
not affecting you as harshly.
Right. So here's the deal, though. This kid has to stay home, but the sister can go to school still too. So I know it's not.
I kind of understand it now. He came in contact with people that had it. But he hasn't been confirmed of having it. So she hasn't come in contact with anyone that had it. even though she's around your brother. Now, if you were to confirm, which I doubt you're even going to bother to do, confirm
He's
that
not
Nick,
fine.
huh?
He's fine.
But I'm saying, like, if you test him and he was asymptomatic and had it right now, you'd have to quarantine her. But by not testing him, you don't have to quarantine her because technically she hasn't been in contact with anyone that has been confirmed to have it.
Right.
I get it. It's fucking retarded. Listen.
But let me tell you, the point of this story is this motherfucker, he's playing it up now. He's playing it up.
Oh,
Now,
Nick?
he's not, yeah, well, Nick the Dick. He's not sick. He's not, but because now he's quarantined. Hey, can you throw some chicken nuggets in the microwave and bring them up to me? I'm like, you fuck yourself. Come get your own chicken nuggets.
Right.
Pal. Like, oh, but they said I'm quarantined. I was like, I don't give a fuck what they said. Come down here and get your own chicken nuggets. Like,
well, when my roommate had it, we have a 2-bedroom apartment, so it's like we don't share a bathroom, but we each have our own bathroom. But like, he basically stayed in his room, but he still had to come out in the kitchen and use shit and whatever. It's like, so, I didn't catch it from him, but right. It's the same thing as what you've got. You come down, eat, make your own goddamn food, and then go back up there and fuck off and stay away from us.
Right.
I mean, my this was before there was a vaccination, so I didn't want to catch it. So like, before I'd go into the kitchen, I'd grab like one of those Clorox wipes or whatever and use it to wipe the handle before I open the fucking fridge and stuff. Big deal. I mean, little things just so I don't get sick for 2 weeks, No,
right. Yeah, it's the whole thing is weird. But yeah, anyway, he's a giant baby. He's milking it like, and here's the worst part. I said, so how does he do schoolwork? They're like, oh, he just goes on, and this is also the stupidity. He just goes on he just has to just do the work. I said, so, like, he doesn't learn anything? And they're like, no, he just does the work.
I mean, he can if he chooses to read the book. I mean,
right, but no, like class. He doesn't have to go to class. He doesn't have to log in a certain time. He just does the work that they put in the system for him. Yeah. So, like today, I mean, he woke up. It was like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, what if I was a kid, I would literally just be like, yeah, I came in contact with someone. I got to stay. Like, I mean, so then he did his math work, and he's like, it's hard to do it because I don't know it. I've not been taught this yet. As they learned it in school. So I was like, don't play games with me. He's like, what? I'm like, you're using your phone. He's like, well, of course I am. But, he's cheating to get the answers. I'm like, if I was a kid now, I would milk this for everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you can. It's not like you can't learn how to do anything off of YouTube.
Right.
Like if he really wanted to educate himself and not be a dummy for the rest of his life, right. He could learn how to do stuff on YouTube or on a tutoring site, a free tutoring site or something like that.
My point is that if you're a kid, I would milk this.
Oh yeah, I would too, because we're not we weren't trying to better ourselves in high school.
No, and he's waking up at 11 o'clock. He loves this.
I mean, I had a talent, so I was going to school for art. So right. It was like, I just had to graduate. They just had to see my work and say, yeah, you're not a total. And then my transcript just confirmed I wasn't a total fuck up.
Right.
And I hear there's some kind of like that school's gotten so loose with like they want to be as diverse as possible, so they really don't even look at transcripts anymore. They just want to confirm that you graduated high school, and they're bringing you in based off your portfolio, which is fair to me. I mean, we're not. Right. I'm not going to become a doctor or something. No. It doesn't. You don't need to be a good student or have a super intelligence to make a nice, pretty picture. So.
No, right. Agree. Yeah, just the whole thing is just a little ridiculous, but whatever. It is what it is. But, Nick's the kind of kid that next week, or, he'll go back to school the 30th, and, by the second, he's going to tell the principal, yeah, I came in contact with someone else, so he doesn't have to go back. Like, a smart kid's going to play the
Maybe, although you're missing, I mean, if you're, certain kids like to be in the social scene, so you're missing out on all that,
Right.
Some kids are dying to stay at home the whole time because they're going to high school is just basically being on the the sole of someone else's boot all day. But
Right.
if you're the one wearing the boot, you probably want to go back to school.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But pretty crazy.
I had a thought here.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to get it out more that you have a podcast regionally in your area, because I feel like we're really missing the opportunity to rib your kids. Like, you imagine if we could get Nick the Dick to stick on him?
Like at school, they're like, there he is, Nick the Dick. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Kids showing up to the basketball games with Nick the Dick signs.
He gets over and gets a fucking nickname he can't stand at the same time.
Right. The crowd's chanting like Nick the Dick.
Nick the Dick. Oh man, oh, God. If we could get, and we'd have video of it, we'd be able to play it. Oh my God, this is great. I think what you need to do is we need to make you a bumper sticker that says, "Have you heard my podcast yet?" ? And then the website address, and just slap it on your bumper. And as you drive around town at red lights, people are writing it down.
I get the car wrapped in it.
Yeah, it's like your face, and fucking all to. You know what? I would pay to get your car wrapped if just to rib your kid. Absolutely. I don't know what it costs to wrap a car, but to me, it would be worth it. It would be absolutely worth it if we got a name like Nick the Dick to stick on him.
Oh God.
Oh.
Well, that's all I got. I got nothing else.
That's fine. I'm feeling a little full from today's eating activity, so I'm gonna go.
I'm in the garage. I was gonna work out, but I laid down on the bench, and now I don't want to get up.
I'm gonna go lay down on the couch and practice breathing, because I've had, like, not the meat sweats because it wasn't meat, but like the sushi sweats, like for the last 4 hours. So I don't know, man. I ate too much. No, I just need to get horizontal. I
ate wonton soup and an egg roll, so I'm gonna work out, take a walk,
before dinner number 2.
Well, I may have 2 cannolis in the fridge waiting for me.
I mean, could you hop in the pool with a can of beans? Would it kill anyone?
Cannolis? I got some cannolis.
When are we gonna start the Onlyfans with your beans and your pool?
I'm gonna look into it tonight.
Okay. I mean, I don't think it costs anything to start an Onlyfans.
No. Like a $4.99 subscription? What are we charging?
I mean, I don't know. It probably depends how much you schedule yourself and how much you're gonna be able to commit to it. Because that's the thing. People, well, listen. When you're subscribing and you're supposed to be in that pool at 5 o'clock with the can of beans, and you don't show up, they're gonna be fucking mad. They're going to be fucking mad. So you need to figure out a schedule you could stick to. You may have to do late night stuff so you can stick to it.
Late night stuff. Just horrible.
Some kind of after dark sexy time with AJ and a can of beans.
All right, I'm done.
Play Barry White. All right, buddy.
Barry White. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.